This week on Taste Utah, we're shining a light on one of northern Utah's best kept secrets, Snowbasin. Sorry, season pass holders, secret's out. Honestly, with so much terrain and so many delicious food options to nosh on, this gem of a mountain resort radiates Utah hospitality, whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. We know it's the story of the famous Utah powder that's the queen of the mountain up here. Snowbasin's seasonal offerings and mountaintop views have us driving to this dining destination year-round. Whether you're enjoying a day on the slopes, or the fall foliage, or taking in the sunny views, you'll definitely want a BYOA. Bring your own appetite. Behind every good food story is a great people story. Taste Utah brings you the faces behind our local flavors, from soil and seeds to the variety of our authentically Utah restaurants. The views along the way, they're not bad either. Food is a necessity. It's how we create it, craft it, and experience it together that truly connects Utah's restaurant community. The secret to our sauce is simple. It's our farmers, artisans, chefs, restaurateurs, and hospitality professionals that make Utah a dining destination. You always have a seat at this table. We are up in Huntsville. I'm taking you to Snowbasin Resort, where they have a myriad of different delicious offerings for culinary adventures all over their mountain. We're gonna go meet with Michael, and then later on with food and beverage operator Andy. He's gonna give us a lay of the culinary landscape. Hi, Michael.
Hey, welcome, Katie.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be back up at Snowbasin. So we were here a couple of seasons ago, featured the Cinnabar, Earl's Lodge, but there's so much good food happening at Snowbasin.
Oh yeah, we're thrilled to have you back. You know, here at Earl's Lodge, where you filmed last time, is our kind of bustling base area, but where Snowbasin really shines is that mountaintop dining and the views from there. So today, we're gonna take you up Needles Gondola up to Needles Lodge and check out a couple of the restaurants there.
Okay, amazing. Now, if I'm coming up here, winter, spring, summer, fall, I know I can depend on extraordinary food. Break down the different restaurants around the mountain.
We're part of the Grand America Hotels and Resorts family, and we offer that class that you see, it's all like at those properties. So in the winter, we have 6 restaurants, kind of scattered across all the different lodges here at Snowbasin. A couple here in the base area at Earl's Lodge, and then Needles Lodge, where we'll go today, is Needles Lodge Servery, which is kind of quick service. They make all the food fresh right in front of you, take it away to your table. And then we have the Overlook Bar, which is actually our newest addition to Snowbasin. It is a bar at 8,700 feet above sea level, big glass panoramic windows behind the bar, which sees down into the valley and below. And that's a full service restaurant where you can get drinks and food, and we're gonna take you to both of those.
Well, Michael, I'll leave you here, travel solo up the gondola, but I don't mind taking that ride.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Andy.
Hi, Katie.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh my gosh, the gondola right up here was like a dream.
Well, this is why we love it here.
This is our second time here as Taste Utah in the summertime, but on my own, Katy Sign, I'm here in the winter all the time.
You're here in the winter and you're sampling some of that famous powder, right, that we get here?
Yeah, you actually make that really nicely as well. So
I could take all the credit for that, so put that on record, right?
I love it. So we're at Needles Lodge, which is one of how many lodges on property?
So we have 6 food and beverage outlets throughout the resort.
Okay.
And this is at the top of the Needles Gondola. So
okay.
this is about as high up as you can eat a meal at Snowbasin.
Nice.
And we have lots of different offerings up here at Needles Lodge. We have some offerings that are winter, some offerings that are summer. I know you're going to be talking with Parker in just a little bit. Well, so we've got Needles Lodge, of course, and then
Wonderful.
we've got our John Paul Lodge, which is over at the top of John Paul Lift.
Okay, kind of hard to access in the summertime, is that correct?
Well, it's a little bit harder to access in the summertime. We we don't typically run that lodge in the summer.
Okay.
But in the winter,
Yes.
however, you can access some of the best terrain on the mountain and some of the best food that we have to offer.
Love that.
And we've got a great team, great chef that works over there. We've got, at the base, we have Earl's Lodge, which is our primary base lodge.
Wonderful. That's where we were last time, and we've featured the Cinnabar.
That's right, that's
Okay.
right. And the Cinnabar is another full-service restaurant and bar that we have inside of Earl's Lodge. And that's open for après. And we have live music and a fantastic menu with craft cocktails and some great eats.
Love that. So what are some of the food offerings here at Needles?
In the wintertime, we've got a great quick serve lodge, which you can come up, you can ski, and you can get some great food. And then we've got the Overlook Restaurant and Bar that's within Needles Lodge.
Okay.
And then, of course, in the summertime, we have our Sunday brunch, which happens every Sunday throughout the summer.
Now, is it like a buffet style brunch?
It's a buffet style brunch.
Okay.
We've got some great cocktails and of course we have our mimosa flight featured here in front of us, which
Lovely.
is one of the signatures of our Sunday brunch. But we also have a lot of live chef attended stations. And so
Okay.
you can get prime rib carved for you, you can get omelets made for you, you can get waffles made for you. There's a lot of really good things that are happening up here at our Sunday brunch.
Your sister resort is the Grand America Hotel,
That's right. So Snowbasin is owned by Grand America Hotels and Resorts.
which is really phenomenal because I think a lot of people are very familiar with that grand buffet. And it seems like such a cool experience to think about that on the top of a mountain.
Sure, yeah, you take that, you move it up to the top of a mountain, there's a lot to love there, right? And of course, we've got that grand pedigree, and so the buffet really lives up to that.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, I have to say, we featured the Grand America last season and just talk about the intention to detail, and it's everywhere all over Snowbasin. Down at Earl's Lodge, it really feels like walking into this majestic space. And then as you take the gondola, you walk in here, you have these beautiful chandeliers and even the sconces. It just is sophistication, but just with that right touch of rustic.
We're very fortunate. We have a fantastic parent company in Grand America Hotels and Resorts. You know, what they do is hospitality the right way and a
Nice.
great attention to detail, and that is the case here at Snowbasin as well. Our lodges are spectacular, and our food, we like to think, is second to none as well.
I mean, I was gonna say the one thing that they're also really known for is their food, their chef-driven kitchen, seasonal menu, attention to detail. So what's in front of me is this waffle, and is this something that's indicative of what someone might experience at a Sunday brunch?
Well, that's exactly right. And you'll
Okay.
get that made to order right in front of you. So a fresh waffle, and then you can tell the chef, because it's a chef attended station,
Yeah.
you can tell them exactly what you want on there. You could go the
Love
sweet
that.
route, you can go whipped cream and berries, you can have Nutella and you know, candy and whatever you want
I
on
love it
there.
all.
So it
I love it
satisfies
all.
all.
Okay.
We have a great pastry team. This is something that you'll find every week at our Sunday brunch, is a wonderful dessert spread.
I love that. You've got cookies, you've got what looks like little madeleines, you have
That's right.
scones. It's just what a great
Tarts and
yeah.
chocolate covered strawberries, and absolutely right. And all of which is made right here on site.
I love that.
We have our summer fennel salad right on this side with blackberries and fennels, and really great flavor combinations for summertime.
Beautiful.
All of this that you see in front of you, this is all going to be featured at our Sunday brunch.
I love that. And Sunday brunch is seasonal, right? It's summer only?
Sunday brunch is seasonal.
Okay.
It is summer only, so every Sunday throughout the summer, you can take that gondola ride, you can come up here to the top of Needles, and you can see all of this while you're enjoying this cuisine that really, you know, we're very proud of.
I love it. And it happens to be summer now. What Snowbasin is maybe even more well known for is skiing in the wintertime.
In the wintertime, John Paul really is a great little corner of the mountain here at Snowbasin.
Great.
As I said, you can ride the John Paul lift right up at the top.
Okay.
At the bottom of the tram to Allen Peak, we've got John Paul Lodge. Now, one of the fun things about John Paul Lodge is we feature Bavarian waffles. And one of the things that you're eating one right now, right? But one of the things that we do is we have some great waffles up there at John Paul Lodge. And you can get sweet waffles, you can get savory waffles. If you want chicken and waffles, that's the spot for you.
I love that. So it's celebrating sort of this Bavarian cuisine. It sounds like also some really phenomenal terrain.
The terrain is really, you know, some of the best in Utah.
I think one of my favorite things about dining destinations like this is that you're coming for a specific reason. Yes, the food, you want it to be phenomenal, but you also want the experience to be something unique.
One of the things that we love about working here is we love to feature our food. And, you know, it's a happy little accident that we also get to ski powder at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, happy little accident. I think everything up here is intentional, and so even that as well, which I think makes it even more special, because if you love it, you want to share it with people too, and that
That's exactly
really
right.
creates beautiful synergy. What is your favorite thing about working here?
Well, the culture is fantastic. You know, like I said, I love the industry. I love being at ski resorts. I love living and working in the mountains. You can't beat the office view. But the culture of working here really is something special. And, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into that. And it's a great company. It's a great place to work.
This has just been extraordinary. Andy, thank you so much. I'm going to go meet with Parker, and this all better be, you know, cleaned out by the time I come back.
That's right. Well, I didn't want to eat on camera, but I'm going to get to work now.
Okay, good, yeah.
We're back at Snowbasin Resort, dining at 8,000 plus feet while savoring the food and enjoying the unparalleled mountain vista at the Overlook Bar. After all, we all know we eat with our eyes.
Hi, Parker.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be here. Needles Lodge is just so beautiful.
Yes, this is one of our most beautiful lodges. We're up at 8,700 feet.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And I was just out on the patio with Andy. We had a great brunch fare. This looks completely different.
Yeah, so this comes from our Overlook restaurant.
Okay.
This is our full service restaurant option up at Needles Lodge.
Okay.
So we have a variety of food and beverage options for you to enjoy.
I love it, and views for days.
Yes, absolutely, it's gorgeous
It's
up there.
extraordinary. And this particular area where the bar is, we would say, is 21 plus.
Yes, anything within 10 feet of the bar is 21 plus, but we always have the opportunity to serve outside of 10 feet.
Okay, great. So you can still have...
People can enjoy the food that comes out of the Overlook, but as far as getting up within this area.
Yes, this is the 21 and plus area, as indicated by beautiful flooring.
Yes, absolutely.
Now talk to us a little bit about what we have in front of us. This looks like a little bit of elevated fare.
Yeah, so we have here a pretzel charcuterie.
Okay.
That comes with an assortment of local meats and cheeses. We have some fresh fruit, marmalade, and mustard to pair with that.
Oh, I love that.
We have our crispy Brussels sprouts here with
Okay.
a sweet soy glaze topped with some orange and black sesame seeds.
Ooh.
And then here we have our Wagyu burger. That's a bit of a staple.
A
here at the-
Wagyu burger.
Yes.
That's pretty phenomenal.
It is delicious. Right here we have the Porky Pineapple Mojito. It's named after Porcupine, our lift, but colloquially known to us as Porky.
I love it. So it's kind of like an insider nod to the culture up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
And so this is a pineapple mojito, and it is made with a pineapple shrub. So the base of that is we take fresh pineapple and mint and mash it up and macerate it with sugar in a bowl for about 24 hours. And then we mix it with apple cider vinegar and let it sit for about a week. And this creates the perfect blend between the sweetness of the sugar and the acidity from the vinegar. And so we mix that with Diplomatico Reserva rum.
Nice.
And shake it with fresh mint and pineapple and top with club soda.
Oh, I love that. That's a very, very intentional, what we might say, craft cocktail.
Yeah. I mean, we really try, you know, our buildings and all of our facilities are so sophisticated, so we really try and pair everything to meet, you know, our facilities.
You want to match the ambiance.
Absolutely.
I love that. And then, I mean, this looks like a Negroni, but I don't know. You tell me what it is.
Yeah, so this is our no-name Negroni. We made a blood orange oleo saccharum, and so with that we peeled fresh blood oranges, just the rinds off, and mixed that with sugar to pull out a just delightful syrup out of the fruit. We mix that with Campari, a local gin made right over in Eden, just down the road, and Rouge Vermouth. And so that's our take on this Negroni.
What other kinds of beverages can people get up here at the Overlook?
So we do a wide variety of beverages. We have our Bloody Marys. We have other takes on, you know, we have another Campari drink with rye. It's a Boulevardier.
Nice.
We do, one of our most popular drinks is our Winter Mule. That one is local vodka from Ogden.
Love that.
Cranberry juice. We crystallize cranberries and put fresh rosemary in it. And then our grapefruit margarita with fresh grapefruit juice and a sugar rim is another very popular cocktail up
I
here.
mean, these are phenomenal cocktails pretty much in any bar in Utah, let alone to be able to get them at the top of this stunning vista.
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like that's what makes this dining experience so unique and so fun, is that you get to experience it and still take in all of this glorious nature.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the wonderful part of Snowbasin.
Yeah, it's very rare. I always say this when I go to southern Utah. It's like you want the food to parallel the landscape. So the culinary landscape is as epic as the landscape that you're taking in. And I feel like here you truly are getting that experience.
Yeah, that's exactly what our teams are striving so hard for all the time. It's both with food and beverage. We really try and, pair everything and make just a wonderful experience when people come up here.
How long have you worked here, Parker?
I've been here for just about 2 years.
2 years. What are some of your favorite things about working at Snowbasin?
Oh man, the skiing, the atmosphere, the hiking, and just really the community that we have here. It's so friendly, it's so supportive.
Snowbasin is sort of like a local's treasure.
Yeah.
We love it. We travel from Salt Lake City, we travel from Holiday, the base of Big and Little, which are like synonymous with like, yeah, Utah skiing, but we want to come up to Snowbasin because the skiing is so great, the terrain is phenomenal, the mountain is so exceptional. And then the food. I love a good après-ski. So to be
Yeah.
able to come and enjoy the top of the mountain is so extraordinary. And the reality is like the word is getting out there.
The skiing parallels any resort in Utah. The food is absolutely exceptional. Our facilities and our service, we really try and go above and beyond in every single outlet.
It's just been such a phenomenal experience up here. I can't even believe that I haven't come up and experienced a brunch, like this epic elevated brunch experience. I am gonna actually take the gondola back down that 8,700 feet and go meet up with Chef in the kitchen. We're gonna prepare what is indicative of the kind of food that you can get when you come up to Snowbasin.
Excellent, that's a treat.
Cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers.
Glad that Utah captured your heart. Glad that you're still here, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Chef Ben, we are in the kitchen at Snowbasin. You are the executive chef over the entire resort, is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
accurate? What are you making for us today?
Today, we're gonna go a little Central America, South America. We're gonna do a churrasco style marinated skirt steak, marinated in a little guajillo and achiote.
Awesome.
Going with that is gonna be a cumin scented sweet potato puree.
Okay.
Topped with a Cajun corn mac choux with a little linguiça sausage.
I love it. Okay, perfect. Let's get rolling.
Right on. So first rule of saute, hot pan before the oil goes in.
Second rule
Otherwise it'll
typically
burn.
is oil, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Otherwise it'll start to burn and smoke. So first we're gonna start with our linguiça, excuse me.
Linguiça.
And we're just start rendering out some of that fat right now, and that's what's going to actually saute the rest of the corn, the aromatics.
Okay.
And while that's going, we're going to go ahead and drop some of our marinated skirt steak. Again, this was with a little guajillo and achiote.
Love it.
Achiote is also known as a natto seed. It's what makes cheddar orange, and it's also that orange rind on the outside of Munster cheese.
Beautiful. So it's what gives something its coloring.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yeah, it's got a nice fruity little citrus notes to it, a little bit of heat, and then honestly some real kind of earthy tones to it too, similar to
beautiful.
beets.
And then linguiça, what kind of flavor profile will we have with that?
So linguiça is a Portuguese sausage,
Okay.
similar to andouille, but it's got a smokier profile, and it's the linguiça is usually an emulsified sausage, so the
Nice.
fat and the lean is suspended equally throughout it.
Yeah.
Instead of more of like a bratwurst that kind of has those crumbles of the fat in it.
Okay.
So next is going to be a little bell pepper and shallot, some of our aromatics going in.
Beautiful. Chef, what's your favorite thing about cooking?
Honestly, it's the team aspect of it. It's really fun working with a bunch of people from different backgrounds, and then us just handling a service together and get through it. Like that's the best adrenaline rush of all time.
And so many people that really do love what they do.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where you kind of really have to, because there's going to be some really tough days.
Yeah.
And if you're already not happy in what you're doing, the day's just going to be that much worse.
It's like an industry of passion.
Now we're going to add our corn. We added a light char to the corn just to kind of give it a little bit more umami flavor, balance a little bit of that sweetness that's coming through
So
it.
pre-charred corn, I love
Yes, ma'am.
that. And then what are you cooking the skirt steak to?
Skirt steak. So So it's on the stomach of the cow, kind of
Yeah.
towards the flank. It's got a lot of fat and some decent connective tissue on there.
Okay.
So I recommend medium and up on that.
All right.
Some of that collagen and tissue doesn't start rendering out until like 135 and above.
Nice, okay.
So it's a bit chewy
Yeah.
if you go below that.
Snowbasin is known for sort of this, you know, you've got some elements that are sit down, we learned today, casual dining, but a lot of it is sort of this fast casual style of service. I imagine that that's kind of fun to create a menu with really simple yet authentic flavors, but that also can be served quickly.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, I think sometimes fast casual comes with like somewhat of like a negative connotation a bit, like you don't expect too much craft and development or maybe too much thought that's going on behind that, but I think it's the complete opposite because the logistics come into how do we do this and feed it to a bunch of people.
I love that.
But you can still develop flavors. I mean, that's really the soul of good food is that finesse and that respect for the ingredients. And you can do that for 20 people and you can definitely do it for 500, 600, 1,000 people.
Such a good point. I love that. What's going down? What is this?
This is the cumin scented sweet potato puree. So it's just sweet potatoes,
Okay.
a little bit of cumin seed, a little bit of shallot.
So now we're cutting it up, cutting up the skirt steak.
Yep, doing a little bias cuts on it. A little bit more surface area, looks a bit nicer on the plate. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer that on over here.
Setting it down.
Yep, setting it down.
Now comes this
The corn mott chew going right over the top there.
And say that again, corn
Corn choux.
mock shoe.
Yep.
And what does that translate it for us?
So it's a Cajun kind of Creole idea of kind of a corn and black bean salsa.
Okay.
That's usually served on top of fish or some type of protein.
I love that. So you're taking this very traditional style of garnish almost and just setting it right over the top.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful, Chef. I just have to tell you, what a gorgeous preparation of this skirt steak. Every restaurant, every experience up here is just so special, so wonderful, so intentional. The ingredients, the flavors. I mean, it has just been an extraordinary day, and I feel like I gotta go sit down and enjoy.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, thank you.